di da da di do do, da 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 di da da di do do. Oh yeah. So you know what? Bob's working on some new music. You know, there's a while back, Bob will say, hey, coming out with the album. Well, the pandemic kind of got in the way of the studio and the writing. Well, not so much the writing. Bob got a little lazy on the writing, to be fair. But back on track now, because, you know, Bobo's working on something that, you know, Carlman say, hey, Bobo, that's kind of the theme of the week, man. You gotta work for your own independence. I say, hey, Carlman, I'm already independent, dude. But anyway, so advocate for your independence, he say, it's our theme for the week. And I say, hey, man, I need to advocate for myself and get this album going. So what I gotta do? I gotta do the da-dee-da-da-dee-doo-doo, da-dee-da-da-dee-doo-doo, and start writing songs again. And get out in the studio and do the writing and recording and playing some live gigs, man. You know, gotta play some live gigs. So look forward to some new music coming up, man. And go advocate for your independence, broskies.
Hey, it's not Tuesday, it's Wednesday. Why is Rocker Bob at the beginning of the show today? This guy's mixing up his days. That's alright. I haven't mixed up the headlines yet. Starting with thyme roasted mushroom grilled cheese. I know, Gabrielle. More grilled cheese. Just waiting. Just saying. Just waiting. Anytime now. All right, U.S. national parks are overcrowded. Here's what experts say to do instead. Don't go. It's overcrowded. Don't go. Man who jumped from moving plane at LAX tells FBI he bought a lot of crystal meth before the flight. Don't do drugs, kids. Do not do drugs. Okay, so it's been a great week so far. It is getting a little warm outside, so you better be drinking your water and making sure that if you're outside doing some exercise, you're going for a walk, try and do it in the morning when it's a little bit cooler, or late in the evenings when it's also a little bit cooler. But if you do go out, drink your water and wear a hat, sunscreen, all that kind of good stuff. All right, so what have we been talking about all week? Advocating for independence, yes, and such an important thing to do in so many walks of life, but we focus on independent employment. So we've got some jobs coming up, of course. And as I've said, there are several people out here that watch this program, attend VCDI, that have emailed Zach at VCDI.com. They've applied for jobs, they've interviewed for jobs, and they have gotten jobs. Yes, that has happened just in the last few weeks. People have got jobs, independent employment. Why? Because they advocated for themselves. They did some work. They reached out and got some help from Zach. Good stuff happens when you advocate for yourself and you do the work, all right? So this guy right here, you know, he's done a lot. He's really tried. He's done all the work. He reached out to Zach. He really has put his best foot forward, I guess. And he's working on advocating for himself a little bit, and he wanted to share an experience advocating for himself. So let's see what NO-TP4U is advocating for.
So, Lord Vader, NO-TP4U here. I know you don't remember me, but I'm here to advocate for myself. I am an independent stormtrooper, bro. So, what I need to tell you is I really don't appreciate how you treat me. You throw things at me with your mind. You've choked me before. I really want to be independent and I just want to do my job in the store. I know I'm not the greatest employee, but hey, I try really hard. If you have any tips or anything to make me better, I would gladly listen to it, instead of just your aggressive attitude. So, I'm advocating for myself because, you're pretty rough on me, dude. I don't see you being rough to Grandma Tarkin, So, I'm independent, I'm advocating. You need to be nicer to me. Do you understand, Lord Vader? Lord Vader, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, never mind. I take back all my complaints and all my advocating.
Okay, note to self, if someone that is evil and can use the dark side of the force against you, maybe you might reconsider not asking or advocating for yourself in those moments. Maybe just steer clear completely. Hopefully NO-TP4U is okay after that. Jeez. All right, let's move right along and just kind of, forget we kind of saw that for now, and check out those jobs that you can advocate for yourself getting so you get some independent employment. See those jobs right here. Very cool. Three jobs ready for you guys to email Zach about and apply for and get some help getting that independent employment. That's about as easy it's gonna get when it comes to the job searching. We do the searching, we tell you there's the jobs, right? Now, we're gonna move on to the National Day of, and it's a cool one. Check it out.
Good morning, everybody. It is, yes, it's Wednesday. It's hump day, yay! And to boot, it's the last day of the month. June's gone now. Oh my goodness, it went by fast. It is Wednesday, June the 30th, last day of the month. Bye-bye, June. We're gonna bring July in. But today's National Day is National Social Media Day. Oh, the social media. A year ago when we were put into quarantine and then we're working from home, we became social media gurus almost. Facebook and Instagrams and TikToks and YouTubing, all that stuff. Well, Rocker Bob did the TikToking. Although I think we have quite a few clients that have got on the TikTok wagon too. But it's social media. It's how everybody's talking to everybody, getting our word out, what we do, all of those things, It's just what we do. If you want to get in touch with anybody anymore, it's through social media. You don't even have to call them, which a phone call is always good. People like to hear from you. But I have relatives in Europe. Social media, you can talk with them that way. They can see things, can post pictures. They can know what I'm doing, what they're doing. It's the way things have become. So many silly and goofy things on there too. But remember, as we say, sometimes a little goes a long way. We don't always have to be on social media 24/7. And you can't believe everything that's on there either, Some people just want their little piece of fame and it might not be all the true stuff. So enjoy it in bits and pieces, but don't take it all too serious. So Everybody have a great day today on National Social Media Day, which is how you're finding me.
Oh yeah. Social media can be so... Oh, Bob can't get it right down. Just social media day, it's cool, cause you know what? Let me level with y'all folks. Many people say social media is so bad, so bad. But you know what? So is the car. A car can be a bad thing, bros. And broskets. Fireworks are coming up next week with the fireworks, 4th of July. And those can be bad. Everything. A guitar, man. I had to swing the guitar and knock somebody in the head. Don't want to hurt my guitar, though. But everything could be bad. It's up to the user, you know, who's use it bad, you know. If I play dumb songs like blah, 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 that's bad. But if I play some pretty music for you, pretty music, pretty music, you know what I'm saying? So like the social media, same thing, eh? It's up to me, use the social media appropriately, and you use the social media appropriately. You know, you gotta get away from the negativity and the bad stuff. Don't look, scroll. And when you post happy, positive, fulfilling, make people say smile and happy. And then you connect with people. Like we do here, Carl Man say all the time. You know, I don't always agree with the Carl Man because he's a little, he's a little serious. But he always say, man, if it wasn't for the social media, this pandemic, we would never be together. And that would have been so sad. So sad if we could not connect on the social media. You would never know who Rocker Bob be. And that would be an unfulfilling life for sure. Social media. Social media. Yeah. Social media. Social media. Yeah. Well, I must lost my hat there. So, hey, use the social media appropriately and make people happy and yourself happy. Social media, good.
That's right, Social Media Day. There are a lot of people that want to poo-poo social media. Oh, it's so bad and it's toxic. And you know what I tell them? You choose how social media works for you. You choose what you click on, what you view, what you respond to, what you search. You make social media what you want it to be. So if it's toxic, it's on you. You made social media toxic, because for us, social media has been anything but toxic. In fact, it is what kept us together this entire pandemic. If it wasn't for social media, none of this would have ever been possible. Maybe the Zoom meetings might have been, but the social media piece was how we got the ball rolling with all of that. We didn't know that the Zoom piece would work out. So when you hear people poo-pooing social media, that just means that they poo-pooed it themselves, okay? All right, let's go back in the past with the bearded Zach.
Hey you guys, it is Wednesday, the last week of June, or the last day I should say. It's June 30th, Wednesday. Number one, I hope you guys have all had a wonderful week up until this point. And I think what we should do today, being that it's Work Wednesday, let's talk a little bit about the pre-independence labor movement. So what I'm going to talk about today is, first, let's go back in the bearded past. with Zach. So today what I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about the pre-independence labor movement. And what that means is this is when we were still a colony of the British, and there's still people fought for their workers' rights. So actually in 1663, for instance, there was a fisherman's strike off an island in Maine. 1677, 12 carmen were fined for going on strike in New York City. Now remember, in the earlier days, they weren't protected the same way as we are now with big unions, different labor laws, things like that. So a lot of these, like the Carmen, and the fisherman strike, these guys weren't protected. There was even a man who was punished. They put a criminal trial together for his going on strike. He was a carpenter in Savannah, Georgia in 1746. It's the only known case, at least, of criminal prosecution against a worker. But what's very interesting about this is, people already had the idea, the notions of like, hey, we can make work better, we can make work conditions better. But at that time, they didn't have the rights, they didn't have the protection of what we have. Now, by the beginning of the 19th century, not much has changed. And as we move forward, we'll keep going. So next week, we're going to go into the 19th century of the labor movement. But until then, have a great rest of your Wednesday. Work Wednesday, everybody. Bye now.
Very good, very good, very good. Halfway through the week, we got lots of Zooms to go. We got, what do we got? 1 o'clock, we got Employment with Zach, where hopefully some of you will have looked at some of those jobs that Ray just provided for us and email Zach, maybe even comment that you're gonna email Zach. Blow him up, blow his email up. Make sure that he's hearing from you guys. Even if it's not about one of those jobs and it's about just getting the process going and making sure your resume is ready to go, any additional training that you'd like to have before applying for a job, or hey, you went out and you did it and you got an interview coming up and you need a little support along the way. Happy to do that, Zach is. I'm not Yoda. Anyway, that is the plan for today. That'll be Wednesday, so have a great Wednesday, everybody. Stay cool, drink the water, and we will see you tomorrow, Thursday, on the morning routine. Take care, everybody.